Alright, here we go. Just got my notes out. There was a little discrepancy between the transcript and the flight plan, so I've just determined we'll be going by what the flight plan says. That's why it took so long. I was just figuring out what I wanted to do, pretty much. Hello, hello. So we are at 128 hours, 21 minutes, and 50 seconds. With the LEM hatch still open. I don't know why that is there. I think if, yeah, don't know what all that arrow is about, but here's that thing with the cross pointer. Pretty nice, pretty nice. We will just put that there. Alright. And let's get the old chat monitor brought up. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, or it could be pointing to, I don't know, some click point or something. I don't know what that arrow is all about. There we go. Okay. We've got our old lunar module. Let's just make sure that the attitude control here is set to off. We're on eggs at hold, so a little bit of time skipping should be fine. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little weird, thinking lightly sick, but we'll see. Also, funny, the FOV just snapped. I saw that. Oh, we are far beyond the landing. I'm so sorry, but as you can see, we've only got half a LEM now. Yeah, we are far beyond landing. Excuse me. If you want to see the landing, I do have a clip put in real quick. If someone wanted to nab that and put it in chat, otherwise I can. Here, I've got it. There's the powered descent. We're actually at lunar module jettison coming up soon. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of time skipping. I'm going to go refill my glass of water because, like a professional, I had not filled it before I clicked start streaming. So, hey, very nice. Where's the LEM going? It is just going to sit in orbit of the moon. Most missions crash them into the moon, but Apollo 11's test for the lunar module ascent stage was a degradation test, basically seeing what would happen if it just sat up in orbit and what kind of telemetry that would return. So it is not going on a apps burn to depletion and impact maneuver. It will just sit there, which makes my job, calculating burns, a hell of a lot easier. So, all that's pretty good. We're just waiting on a little bit of time skipping. We are going to be doing an uplink. Let's make sure, set PCM bitrate to low here, and PCM bitrate is low here. Good. Just making sure everything's on low so we don't get the old lag. Landing on Earth soon. Yeah, the LEM is not going to be landing on the Earth. It will sit in lunar orbit. We will be returning to Earth. Actually pretty soon, yeah. I did take a look at the flight plan, and it looks like the trans-Earth injection happens at about 135 hours, some odd minutes. So we may actually get to trans-Earth injection today. Pop, electro, and Eurobeat. That sounds that sounds like a crazy combination. Seriously, thanks for doing what you're doing. I know it's out of boredom, but still, it greatly helps me because I have absolutely zero artistic talent in music. My music career was not even career, but my music life was basically as a how do you call it? Like a person that just plays other people's music, like performs other people's music on instruments. That's what I did. Like I never like wrote my own music or anything like that, so it is a game. If Folgers was here, Folgers would argue with you 1,000 times that it's a sim. It's a sim, but sims are games, let's be honest. This is not like a NASA training simulator, so yeah, I was in band. Okay, let's bring up the checklist and the real-time computer complex for you guys real quick. Nothing too crazy going on here. We are just... No, it is not on a tablet. I'm sorry. We are just going to delete these. So we'll go M62, LEM 1, DH, no vector. And this one is delete M62 LEM1DH no vector. There we go. We'll go to MPT initialization. Our table on the CSM. We will go for auto update. MED update. Update, update, and for the LEM, auto, update, 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 update. Vector panel summary, we'll get some telemetry vectors from the spacecraft. We'll use our ground tracking from our radar equipment, and then we'll just get our time of ephemeris from our ground track, and we will do the same for the lunar module. And then we will go ahead and activate the mission planning table. So while we're waiting here real quick, let's go ahead and take a look at some interesting information. What do we want to look at? Let's take a look at the... Let's take a look at our space digitals on 82. So format is process U01 on column 1. Add a GET of 129 hours, 10 minutes. Throw a clip from for the intro. Yeah, that would be great too. So let's take a look. Here we are. Our reference, lunar weight. We have a weight of a RefSmat lunar. We have a weight of 42,871.9 combined pounds. We have a perihelion of 63.314 nautical miles and an aphelion of 63.314 nautical miles and a perihelion of 57.910 nautical miles. Our altitude at the time that we did this computation was 61.435 nautical miles. Total velocity 5,338.9 feet per second. Our gamma and psi don't really matter. Our positioning is currently 0.84909 south by 106.86533 west. And the rest of it also does not really matter at this point. So good stuff, good stuff. Let's go ahead and start a schedule on a CSM navigation update. And we'll do a verb 66 to just say that that's our lemma update too. Since we're docked together, we'll have the same state vector. So we'll go ahead and calculate API C25. Here's our information real quick. Here's our vector and our time. Everything looks good. So we'll go ahead and give us a poo and accept. And uplink. Oh, look at that. Even the smaller details, like, these look great, too, now. The backs of the switches. Now what's left is to do the same with the oxidizer unbalance as they did with the injector valves. Slow but steady improvements to the graphics. Verb 66. Enter. And switch to 11. Alright, what do we got? What's she complaining about? It should be water quantity. Yeah, that makes complete sense. I never actually got a water quantity warning at this point, so I wonder why we do have it, but we seem to have consumed a little bit more water than normal, but not enough for me to say that that is a lot of consumed water, so I don't know what's up with it. Okay. Now we'll just go along to time skipping a little more to be at 1:30:05 when we do the intervehicular transfer to the command and service module. I'm gonna go refill my water real quick. Okay, 129.25. Yeah, very light time skipping, as we've discovered with the LEM. It's a little bit of a necessity. Truck us along. Okay. Approaching 130 hours. Liquid cooling garment pump open. Commander audio open. Telemetry biomed off. Suit isolation valve to suit disconnect. Alright. ECS, CDR, remove CDR. Crew in cabin 1. Switch to CM. ECS, CDR, crew in cabin 2. Alright, maneuver spacecraft to jettison attitude. Bird 49. CMC auto, proceed, proceed. We are in jettison attitude, switch to LEM. CSM in narrow attitude hold. That is correct. Okay, S-band voice off. Reset, biomed, PCM bitrate. Oh, we can keep it low, that's fine. We no longer need the VHF-A receiver. We'll go ahead and slew to 165.68 and our on slew. Slew for maximum signal. Okay. Up data link to data. And there we have it. Oh, there's the moon. Okay, water tank select. Let's go ahead and activate secondary glycol loop. So water tank select secondary. Glycol secondary. Pump close. Glycol to instrumentation secondary only. Secondary evaporator flow open. And we'll go ahead and shut down glycol pump 1 and 2. And then switch off the primary evaporator. Eggs and pings to at hold. Group 77. Crossfeed talkback is supposed to be barber pole, however, given the quantity of RCS, we'll make an exception for the crossfeed. Suit circuit relief valve should be auto. Excuse me. And we'll configure the circuit breakers for post-docking. Oh man, lost our integrals. That's fine. Normal part, just you know, gotta love the integrals. Okay, Ascent ECA. Inverter 1 close. Alright, the other side now. Vent timer, systems engineer, cross pointer. Don't need the Ascent feeds, don't need the RCS isolation valve. We no longer need control over the cross feed valve or our... No one's here to see the flag, so we don't need that. No one's here to see... we do need the main shut-off valves. Yeah, propulsion, we don't need that anymore. Not going to be firing our engine, don't need the tracking light, don't need the annunciator, don't need the master alarm, don't need the explosives. Yeah, no need to fire the Ascent engines, we'll take that off. AELD we don't need. We don't need to abort the stage because we already did that. Suit flow controller, we're not in our suits anymore, don't need that. No one's going to be here to use the comms, so we really don't need any of this. We'll keep the VHF and the transponder though, so we can have mission control tracking the LEM. No one's going to be here for the environmental control system. We do need the instrumentation cooled off though. But as far as I'm concerned, everything else can get open. CO2 sensor, since we're still in here, we'll keep that closed. No one's going to be here to read this heater display. Sequence camera we don't need. Ascent ECA control open. Alright, there's our circuit breaker configuration. Floodlights we can go to off. And that completes our LEM closeout. We'll just go LMP to CSM, close the hatch, and we're out of here. right. Lunar module is completely closed out. We're getting ready for LEM jettison. So let's go ahead to our RTCC. Let's get an update on our mission planning table here. Okay, so this maneuver is going to be retrograde, heads up, it looks like. Roll 0, pitch 230, yaw 0. So, yep, that looks like heads up. So that is a GETI of 131.5305. Thrust is going to be C2 M40 P2 should be DV vector. And then let me grab the Delta V's again, I already forgot them. Delta V. It's now an 81 is 2 feet per second. So, yeah, we'll do 1.5 as written on the flight plan. So let's go 1.5, 0, and 0. Well, first we need to actually put LEM jettison on the fucking board. Hold on. We could still put this up there. 0 seconds ullage, 4 thrusters, no change, no delta, docking angle. We'll go ahead and transfer that to the mission planning table. And now for the time of undocking. Oh, that is the time of undocking, okay. Okay, trucking forward. Hatch integrity check. Let's go and ahead and do that. Close the tunnel. And we'll go ahead and vent. We'll replace maneuver 1. This will be undocking, configuration, CSM only, and transfer that to the mission planning table. There we go. Code CCR E01 UD for undock. Okay, tunnel integrity looks good. Let's go ahead and continue venting. We just got a half event for about 10 minutes. Okay, should be pegged on the pressure now. Yep, and we'll leave it in vent. Tunnel lights off. We should have acquisition at Goldstone. Yep. So we would be at about minus 53 and 3. Put her in react. Good. Alright, service module RCS monitoring check. We've got all our grays. And I am slightly concerned about A and C thrusters, so we'll go ahead and open secondary propellants on A and C. We'll get a P3 and C4 thrusters. Okay, verb 48, enter. Verb 24, enter. 11102. Reflecting our change in spacecraft state, and we are going to override the flight plan and use 01111 for RCS consumption. Verb 46, enter. Let's go ahead, Delta V set, and we'll plug in 100. That's sort of our compensation for here. We're not actually going to burn 100, but there was a test done in Apollo 7 that determined that having anything like with 0 and then thrusting makes really bad Delta V readouts on the EMS. Of course, that's not simulated here, because how would you simulate that? But it was in real life, and so because we're following the real procedures, we'll plug in 100 anyways. Okay. Looking at the telemetry client, I see good relay set. Go for pyro arm. Program 47 is in. EMS mode normal. Alright, now we just wait for the ordeal pitch to be about 45 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and turn auto off on this checklist. And just make sure that our next timing item, 1:32:10. Okay, that gives us a decent chunk of time. Good. So we should actually be able to wait for those 45s till ordeal pitch is 45. We will just make sure that we've got it set properly first, though. Look at that, about 10 degrees off. There we go. Waiting for ordeal pitch of 45. Let's go ahead and update the ordeal again. Okay, ordeal actually looks good. Alright, slightly less than 45, but keeping in time with the flight plan, let's go ahead and jettison.
Rotation translation.
Here we go. Alright. Pyros are safe. Logic off. Proceed. So long, Eagle. Adios. She was a good ship. Alright, EMS standby off. And we will turn AC roll off instead of BD roll. And we'll go ahead and close our secondary propellants, and we'll open them again when we get the master alarm. Okay, CMC auto. Rate 2. And let's do a wastewater dump. While we do that, let's go ahead and verb 49. Verb 22, this should be plus 05260. Verb 23, plus 01380. So, maneuver spacecraft to trans-Earth injection attitude. Except for roll. Okay, minus 79 here. Plus 10. I can see the jettison at that time. Our ordeal and our inertial actually meet at that time. I can see why the jettison at 45. It makes complete sense. Verb 66. Enter. Alright, now we begin calculations for our preliminary trans-Earth injection 30. So let's go ahead and we can delete M62, CSM 1, no vector. Alright, so trans-Earth injection. Let's start talking about going home. Activate the mission planning table. Let's go ahead and get a configuration update. Vector panel summary. New telemetry. New DC vectors. New time of ephemeris. We've got acquisition. Okay, with acquisition, we're able to use the RTCC here. So we'll go maneuver targeting. We will go to a return to Earth, abort scan table, lunar search. And I'll go ahead and nab the information for this one. So pretty much the same as Apollo 8 here. We'll go ahead and grab the TZ time. So expected time of ignition is 1:35:23:41. So we'll do 135 hours as the vector integration time. Our T-min will be 135 hours. Our T-max will be 136 hours. And our TZ is mid-Pacific landing. We are expected to GET 195, 4, and 52. So 195, 04, and 52. Port scan table, calculate. Delta V is expected to be around 3,300, and theirs was 3,283.3. So that looks nominal to me. So we can see here. Here are my inputs. Lunar search, mid-Pacific landing, 135 hours. We'll scan between the hours of 135 and 136 when we're on the far side of the moon. And our splashdown time is expected to be 195:04:52. Inclination 0, of course. Taking a look at the abort scan table, we could see we're landing in the mid-Pacific area. Time of ignition is 1:35:18 with a delta V of 3,300. Velocity at entry interface will be 36,209 feet per second, with our entry interface time at 195:04:23, which is really close to what we input. And latitude and longitude is 10 degrees 57 minutes by 172 degrees 18 minutes. So everything looks good there. I'm just going to go ahead and verify that time of ignition. 1:35:23. So ours is a little bit later than theirs, but that's perfect. 11 by 172, we are 10 by 172. Okay. I would say that all lines up nicely. Let's go to our return to Earth digitals inputs. We'll take from the abort scan table 101 with our current refs mat. This will be a CSM service propulsion system undocked external delta V. We will use 4 quads 15 seconds. And this should be a heads down maneuver if I remember correctly. We will iterate on the timing. Let's just double check for heads down. Yeah, looks good. Should be the current roughs map. Okay. Let's calculate. 134, 59, 26 is our GET of our vectors. Roll, pitch, and yaw look good. Oh, actually, didn't they have... hold on, what was their roll, pitch, and yaw real quick? Just to make sure. Pitch and yaw, trims, spacecraft attitude. 181, 54, 13. We are 181, 52, 14, so that's good. Yep, everything trucks to being good. We'll go ahead and transfer this. So this will be M74 going to our CSM. We do not need to replace. And this will be from the return to Earth primary. And that gives it to us on our mission planning table. Okay. Preliminary advisory data, maneuver pad, calculate, CSM1. Here's our pad. Two jet ullage, 16 seconds. Gosh darn it. Okay, hold on. ULL, 2 jets, 16 seconds. There we go. And we will have to change that naturally. So let's go maneuver targeting, turn to Earth, abort scan table. It was 2 jets for 16 seconds. And we will be... recalculating. There we go. Transfer. M74 CSM replacing maneuver 1 from the return to Earth primary. Okay, we got it. Wasn't so bad, was it? Oh, look at that. The chat disconnected. So, let's see here. $3201 instead of 4K monitor. Yes, hello, Hein. Hello, James. I apologize, Arco. I didn't see that the old chat literally just disconnected. There we go. Welcome aboard, everyone. $60 for, instead of a 4K, just get a 1080p. They're super cheap, $60. I'm actually think about that. I've got a 4K, yeah, I've got a 4K. It's just not with me. But for my temporary living arrangement, I may actually get a 1080p if they're that cheap. I mean, why the hell not, right? Dump out of the left-hand window. Supposedly you can... Oh, speaking of the dump, I totally forgot we were still dumping. Yeah, let's go ahead and see that. Still can't see it. Nope. Had ourselves a small EVA just to be sure. I can't really see it, unless it could be going crazy upwards, but... Yeah, I don't see it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see it. I do see we have a spherical hatch, though. That's nice. Supposedly if the sun hits just right. I've never seen it, I'm not gonna lie. Could just be a peculiarity of my particular install, but I've just never seen it. Okay, direct O2 valve full open. Cycles cabin fans. Wait for master alarm. Term bar has seen it multiple times. Yeah, I've never seen it. Should be getting the master alarm soon. Keyword should. We may actually get the suit compressor warning before the O2 flow. As I have problems with this transducer. This transducer and me, we always want to fight. Okay, well, by now, definitely it should have gone off, so we'll go ahead and switch direct O2 back to close. Alright, let's try. Well, let's just try it again. We can definitely force its hand a little bit. Try that. There we go. Oh, that's a suit compressor. Gosh darn it. This damn fucking O2 transducer is literally going to be the death of me. It's opening a valve, a singular valve, and waiting for the damn alarm to go off. I don't see any possible way that there could be an issue, but, you know, what do I know? Oh, one thing I did notice is this actually stows in its proper spot now. Like, it doesn't just disappear into the ether down there, which is kind of nice. Let's actually see how the old lunar module is doing. No, she's still got RCS and power. Okay, O2 purging. Oh, wait, hold on. In an hour. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a wide attitude hold. Alright, O2 purging. Coming up shortly. Alright. O2 purge complete. $133.50 coming up on acquisition of signal. Alright, we've got AOS. Let's go ahead and reset our MPT. And then I'll just go ahead and recompute that turn to Earth, lunar search, 135. It looks good. Port scan table, calculate. Let's take 102. Calculate. Alright. Go for the TLI, or TEI update, that is. Let's do a test of our caution and warning. 14 laps, good. And these 14 laps are good. Or 20, that is. It's 20 laps. Okay, 20 out. CM. Looks good. CMR, CS. Repressurization conditions look good. SMRCS a little bit low on A and C, but otherwise we are good. Cryogens are go. Fuel cells go. DC buses are go. AC is go. R4 Bravo. Battery relay buses go. For Alpha, manual vent to 0. Okay, battery manifolds are go. Environmental control system is go. SPS will require line heater A. Alright. We are go on all accounts. We'll do a final update of our burn. Oops. Update, update, update. Vector panel summary. New telemetry. DC vectors. Time of ephemeris. Raj. Maneuver targeting. Return to Earth. Abort scan table. Mid-Pacific landing. All these data entries are good. Calculate. Turn to Earth. Abort scan 103. Current refs mat. Calculate. Transfer M74. CSM replacing 1 from the return to Earth primary column. Maneuver pad, calculate, CSM1. Okay. That's in. Next up, go pull and accept. Navigation update. Calculate. Uplink. And we'll get our burn data into that computer as well. So let's go CMC external delta V. Calculate. C10, the MC, maneuver 1 from the CSM table. Uplink. Uplink complete. Uplink telemetry block. Verb 37, enter, 00, enter. Alright, we'll wait for integration. Verb 66. Alright. P52. Verb 37. Enter. 52. Enter. Verb 22. Option 3. Can we see the stars? We can see the stars. Go ahead and find star 1. Mark. Star 11. Mark. 5 balls. Very nice. Okay. Let's see, how's our GDC alignment looking? Pretty good. I'd honestly probably just mess it up more, so we'll keep it at that. Alright, verb 37. Enter. 30. Enter. 135, 33, 53.43. Proceed. 32083, 7772, minus 1136. Proceed. Instead of goodbye eagle, it's now goodbye moon. Okay. 57.6, obviously, aphelion on now 44 is not applicable, so good there. Estimated burn time is 2 minutes 39 seconds. Proceed. Set DET. Then 20, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting down. Mark. Proceed. 0, enter. Okay, roll 180 degrees to spacecraft burn attitude. No. Alright.
Rotation.
Roll 180 degrees. Blech. Getting slightly sick, I feel like. I can hear it in the old vocal cords. Rolling 180. There we go, just got myself a little piece of hard candy. Help with the throat a little bit. No. Being an SCS doesn't. It's because it's torquing the IMU and not the GDC. Alright. Maneuver to burn attitude. Display mode 2. Attitude for the burn is plus 18200. Plus 05200. Plus 01500. Proceed. Proceed. Okay, verb 48. Verb 24. 10101. Zero 1111. Proceed. Our spacecraft weight is 37,317 pounds. No. No. That's just like, I don't know why it has you go to CMC free, but if the BMAGs are run entirely off of the gyro display coupler, like the BMAGs are their own system. So the spacecraft will still work without the BMAGs. Computer knows the rates and everything. The BMAGs are completely independent of the computer. Okay, trim for the burn, minus 00067, plus 00033. Additionally, I was in attitude deadband max and rate high. So even if the IMU torquing, which is completely independent from the GDC, but even if the IMU torquing did somehow affect that, it wouldn't have breached the deadband because it's not 0.24 degrees that is torquing. Remember that the torque noun is 0.00 or 0.000, so it was only 2/100ths of a degree. Proceed. Verb 46. Verb 37. Enter. 40. Enter. CMC auto. Proceed. Okay, circuit breakers are in for the burn. Limit cycle on. BMAGs to rate 2. Standing by for T-minus 15 minutes. A little bit of gentle time skipping here. Okay, T-minus 16 minutes to trans-Earth injection. T-minus 15. Zero switch off, CMC. Verb 41, noun 91, enter. Sextant star check is plus 15134. Enter. Plus 37709. Enter. And we should be looking at sextant star 24. And we got it. Sextant star 24 is in. Zero switch back on. EMS function delta V, normal. No transients. Go ahead and do the delta V test. Alright, looks good. Standby off. Delta V set. What do we got from the burn? We've got a compensated delta V of 3,283.7. Delta V. Alright, Delta V center of gravity will be CSM only. All 16 jets on. Yes, it is unnecessary. I do it because when I go and load the next P-52, the optics will drive around and they'll point at some random direction, and I just personally don't like that. It completely doesn't matter. It's just for the fact that I just don't like that my optics are driving around without me telling them to, so setting the optic zero switch, like here, if I take it off, you'll see they immediately go to some other position, so that's why I usually set it the way I do. Here I'm not though, because there's a little bit of a time crunch with TEIs. I'm going to open our secondaries for this burn, and then we'll go ahead and close them after, just because we're literally teetering on the edge of having no RCS if we don't open the secondaries. Okay, since we are doing a burn for this one, we'll go ahead and make our GDC alignment a little more accurate than it presently is. Is not wrong, is just a personal preference, that's all. they're more than welcome to load up and test the fact that setting the zero switch back to off does drive to the last set attitude. Now, whether or not it's supposed to do that, I don't know. They could have gotten something borked, because I seem to recall there being the zero flag set, which should, in my mind, that should mean that it would stop doing that, but it very clearly doesn't. Like, you could see, she goes, and we've had it up for more than 15 seconds. But the computer does know, it does complain, but it still drives to that attitude you set, so. I don't know. It could be that their logic for setting the zero flag is just broken. Okay, SPS line heaters. Yep, temperature's good, line heater's off. Yeah, in my mind, I personally feel like it should stop gimbaling after the zero flag is set. But I'm probably wrong about that. It probably is going to just drive back, and so that's why I set it. Because I personally don't like when the optics just drive around to, you know, some random thing that I haven't set at that time. So, personal preference, more of an OCD thing than an actual requirement. So Captain Swag is right about that. I just do it because I like it to be zero when I go in and start using it. Welcome back. T-minus 5 minutes down to the burn. Okay, pitch 1 start. ER 1 start. Manual takeover.
Translation. Rotation.
No thrust vector control, good. Pitch 2 start. ER 2 start. Minus, plus, 0, minus, plus, 0. Set in the trims, we're minus 5, 6, 7. And plus 1, 2, 3. Pitch down, center, pitch up, center, yaw left, center, yaw right, center. Good manual thrust vector control check, and let's get that that wiggle in action. There we go. DHC neutral. Back to AC DC. Attitude 1, rate 2. Enter. Let's go ahead and get the computer drive. Limit scale off, 50-15. Okay, we're go for the burn. T-minus 2 minutes. Bank A is on.
Translation. Rotation.
Accidentally did a little thrust there. Okay. Alright, average G mode is on.
Translation.
Here we go. Foliages go. Proceed. Ignition. Bank B on. And away we go. Okay, 1 minute 40 seconds to engine cutoff, 2,100 feet per second remaining. Total velocity 13,100 feet per second. Minus 1 minute to cut off. 1,300 feet per second remaining. Total velocity 20,000 feet per second. To cut off. Velocity 30,158 feet per second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shutdown. Total velocity 33,051 feet per second. Delta X transient minus 16.3 feet per second. That's compensated for cutoff. So we are good on that account. Thrust A and B close. Gimbal motors off. TVC servos off. Main bus ties off. Proceed. Trim Delta X to
rotation. Translation.
0.2 feet per second. A little bit less than that. Forgot the spacecraft's lighter. Well, that's okay. EMS function off. Vmax rate 2. Attitude deadband max. Translation off.
Rotation.
Direct power off. Open our circuit breakers. Proceed. Verb 82. We should show 57.5. That's close to our 57.1. Looks good. Proceed. 00. DET stop reset. Alright, waiting for state vector integration. We've got a good trans-earth injection. Okay, verb 48, enter. Let's go ahead and shut down our A and C secondaries. Proceed. Spacecraft weight is now 27,082 pounds. That's congruent with our burn delta V. Good. SMRCS check. Looks good. Yep. Helium pressure is obviously really low. We don't have much propellant left, so not a lot in the helium tank. 11.3% fuel left, so we've got plenty of fuel if we need to do any big mid-course corrections. Valve situation looks good. Let's go ahead and verb 66. And we will not turn BD roll off, we'll turn AC roll off. Configuring spacecraft for minimum deadband hold. Okay.
Translation. Rotation.
At this point, we'll just simply need to pitch up to visually acquire the moon. All right. We are well on our merry way. No matter where you go, it's always nice to come back home. Is it just me or does the moon look better through the hatch window? I think it does. Oof, starting to lose my voice from the old sickness. Okay, I think this is good. Verb 64. Minus 37 plus 7. Ready to acquire. And we've got AOS. Alright, let's go ahead and start getting PTC refs mat going. Right. PTC refs mat is in the works. Okay. Updated refs mat is ready. You and me both. I cannot wait for this to be done. RTCC has been interesting. We'll say that. Okay, TEI plus 20 minutes. We've got a PTC refs mat. And the urge not to just hit tab 2 right away. Uplink. Yeah, we'll probably do Apollo 12 next. And then in that meantime, I'll make some RTCC tutorials for 8. That looks really good. Oh, excuse me, forgot to mute myself there. Sorry for blowing out your eardrums. Yeah, what view do you like better? Well, I'm thinking it's definitely the hatch. There's something about just that slight blue tint of the hatch that just makes the edges look crisper. Anyways, we are actually pulse torquing the IMU instead of course torquing, so star marking will not be required. I love pulse torquing. I'm gonna go refill my glass of water. This is probably gonna take another couple minutes. Enjoy the view out the hatch. Oh yeah, bearing in mind that this is only about, what, 20 minutes after ignition. So, moon's already, let's get a external view for scale. Yeah. That's like 35,000 feet per second for you. And unfortunately, we cannot time skip through a pulse torque. I don't want to accumulate any IMU errors, so we'll let her run our course, and we'll just continue admiring the hatch view. Like, it looks rather still, but if we zoom in and you really see the edge of that hatch compared to the detail, look at how fast that's moving. The moon is 3 times the size of Africa, so in an airplane going from here to here at like 33,000 feet, it'll probably take you an hour. And look at that. We're moving that distance in just mere minutes. The moon is going to occlude over the whole hatch soon, and that'll be a fun photo to take. Oh my gosh, it's complete. Oh, it took its sweet time. Proceed. Proceed. And didn't want us to mark stars anyways. It probably... preferred pulse torque star check. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and take our star marks anyways. I mean, not that we really need to. Damn, that brings it right in. I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable not taking the star markings. I don't like that mark. No. There we go. Le voyage dans la lune is now nearing its end. Okay, GDC to IMU align. We are about roll 90... I'm 97. There we go. Roll. Pitch is near 0. And yaw is a little bit less than 3. Or 360, that is. Alignment complete. And our final item here, before starting our PTC and going to bed. Oh man, goodbye, beautiful view. We will miss you. Take that last good photo. And we'll begin our auto maneuver. That's a good photo. We'll take one there. The lem is still going. Do we have EPS? Oh yeah, she is gonna go for quite some time. Quite some time longer. Alright. Primary glycol evaporator, time to switch her off. H2O flow off. Manual steam pressure increase for 1 minute. That looks so good. Okay, disable lowest fuel adjacent quads. That's definitely going to be Alpha and Delta for sure. Let's wait 20 minutes for the rates to damp out. And as we do, now we're traveling the speed of an airplane. We're traveling distances across the Atlantic Ocean in mere minutes, maybe even seconds. Right now, to cross the United States would take nothing but a brief moment. Just going orbital speed, going from California to Houston, only took a couple minutes, and we're moving several times faster than orbital velocity right now. So we're probably making that trek in under a minute. Okay, pitching you out of Excel. Ah, I love that. All that typing for just a crazy little, just a puff. It's just so funny to me. Yeah, we'll just have to sit in this view, that's fine. That's fine, the computer will just stay in that view. And here we are. And there begins our rest period. For reference, with only 1 hour after ignition, and we've traveled that far. So yeah, we're traveling continents in seconds. Like one of those rotating restaurants. There we go. We'll slew the antenna around to give them a better look at our telemetry for longer periods of time. And the moon has pretty much stopped shrinking as fast as it was before, and now it'll just be gradually shrinking, and we'll barely even realize it from now on until we splash down on Earth, and we'll take one last look at it and be like, wow, that is small. So yeah, that ends today. We're in our rest period, coasting towards Earth, traveling the distances of continents in mere seconds. $33 thousand plus feet per second, and speeding up because we're falling towards Earth. So thank you all for stopping by. I'm getting a little sick, so sorry for the voice. And because of that, I won't care to do a super long standard outro. I'll just, we'll be silent and we'll watch the moon fall away. Have a good night, everyone. That's our target now. Like hitting a pin with a grain of sand. So let's hope our math is right. Okay, next flight day will just consist of mid-course correction calculations and deciding if we perform those or not. We'll be making 2 mid-course corrections that day. T plus 144 hours, 20 minutes. Rest period ends at 1:47. I think we'll go about another hour and then to 1:45, and then we'll stop it. We'll use that 2 hours of the rest period next time we fly for just having enough time for people to enter the stream, before we start. So we're at T plus 144 hours, 45 minutes. Apollo 11 signing off.